Alright, so I just got out of John Wick 3 Parabellum, and it's really good. Uh, if you're a fan of the first two John Wick films, definitely recommend and seeing this one. And the story is a continuation from where Chapter 2 left off, and yeah, basically, the first two-thirds is John trying to escape and get out, find a way to escape the excommunicado order put on him, as well as the bounty. And then the last third is motorcycle. Is basically him making a final stand and against the High Table's forces. And no dogs die in this movie. Hey, do not worry. And then the action's really good. But one of the final fights, I think they got two guys from the raid, I believe. Yeah, I haven't actually seen the raid, but I've seen some clips, and I think it's them, or at least two of them. Him are in this. They fight John on in a really good fight. Right, and yeah, again, like a lot of the other her movies, the stunt work, the effects are really good, except for one bit where Halle Berry's character has attack dogs, and in one part, or she has one jump on her back, then leap off that and kind of climb up a wall. Well, and that was the only one where it was kind of like, that didn't look quite as good. Simply because it's like, I don't know how far those dogs can jump like a vertical leap, but it was something. It was a thing where it was like that kind of looks like the dog. Like, I don't necessarily know how to describe it. It kind of looks like the dog, like, sort of flies up the wall. If that makes any sense. And I don't know. It didn't quite look like a natural jump. But yeah. Not much else I can say without spoilers. Going into spoilers, I will say there were one or two decisions kind of made by the characters that I'm not entirely sure on. I like the point where they make a stand against the High Table's forces. Is they go out, John fights them off in a really fun fight that's like, that feels very much like a video game boss fight. Right, because all their forces are like super armored, so the only way to shoot them is at their neck, which is the only place not armored. Right, so that was cool. Oh, and then after the first wave of that, had John and the concierge, I can't remember his name, they've only said like once or twice, nice, in all of the movies. They come back, they're like, we need more firepower, and then grab shotguns with armor piercing rounds. Admittedly, I was kind of like, why didn't you start with those? I feel like you should have started with, because the concierge, I knew they had upgraded armor, or so it was kind of a thing of like, maybe you should have started with armor-piercing artillery armaments. Yeah, and then like that first fight, John goes out with an assault rifle and his pistols. The concierge and several of the Continental's guards go out with just handguns. Like, you literally have a vault full of weapons. Why are you going out with handguns? That was the only bit that kind of bugged me. Hey, but not enough to like lose interest or not enjoy the fight. And then we get kind of a glimpse of John's backstory. He from before he met his wife and before he really became an assassin, which was interesting. And then and kind of the main boss he has to fight. It is kind of interesting. At one point they're sort of on, they're on Continental ground, so they can't conduct business, so the guy can't kill him. Then he just kind of starts fanboying over John. And it's like, it's such an honor to meet you. That was actually pretty funny. And then what else? I was interested if they were going to end it here as a trilogy or if there was going to be a fourth movie. And by the ending, looks like we're going to get a fourth movie. So looking forward to that. Then, and oddly enough, it'll be Neo and Morpheus teaming up again. Which also, when they start to set up for the defense of the concierge against the High Table's forces, as John drops a small whole Matrix reference. I'm pretty sure that was what it was. It's been a while since I watched Matrix. Yep. And then, is there anything else? No. Winston, the manager of the concierge, I guess betrays him at the end. It is interesting because it's like they have it set up for like it seems to be leading to a fourth movie. Although I could think of a way they could have ended it here if they wanted to. Because at the end, Winston, quote unquote, betrays John. Although I think Winston knew John would survive. The adjudicator lady, he has a line where she says like, we need to get ahead and kill John Wick so he doesn't kill us in our sleep or something along those lines. And I was thinking like you could have just made it like, all the man pretty much wants is to be left alone. If you do that, I'm sure he probably will return the sentiment and leave you alone. It's like I do feel like there could have been a way in the writing to end it here if they wanted it. Winston gets his job back, and John gets to go and live in peace with his dog. But I will be, I'm definitely still interested. I will be interested in what they do for movie 4. I do kind of, I hope it doesn't become one of those things where or they perhaps drag it on too long. Not saying they necessarily will, but I do feel like when you get kind of a new series like this, and once you get past the third movie, you do risk going into that territory. But yeah, that's about it for the review. Later.